is the Mini Marks Medley. Take 21. Action.
Mini Marks Medley foam stamps.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
It could be a
yes.
medley of anything.
This is true. So, but we do love the alliteration, don't we?
Well, it is a medley of marks, but yes,
Yes.
to your point, they are foam stamps.
So, Elizabeth had a specific thing in mind when she developed these and when she designed them. I, however, didn't use them that way because we work differently, and that really is the beauty of a lot of what we do together, is that we come at these things from different angles and different approaches. So you're going to see here's your little doohickey.
Oh yeah, my little mixed media background that I'll show you in the video, how I incorporated the little Mini Marks foam stamps.
And I'm going to show you how I use them on a couple of journal pages. And the nice thing is that there is room on most of these to bring in Posca paint pens or a Pitt pen or whatever your favorite mark making device is. And you can doodle the heck out of these, which I think is really fun. And you'll hear me talk about lament our lack of stickles because we don't have any here at the moment, but they would be great for that too.
Yeah.
And these are small enough and I think easy enough to use, and the shapes are graphic enough that though we didn't think about it until it just popped into my head, they'd be good for kids too.
Yeah.
They're really easy for kids. You can use temper paint, which is easy and washes off, and no harm, no foul if they get it on the floor.
That's true. That's true. So I wanted to say that what inspired me for these is that I saw online a lot of people carving stamps on a wine cork.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I was thinking that's just so great, that tiny size. You know, everything that I've designed so far has been like sort of the size of the palm of your hand or similar. So when I saw these tiny wine cork carvings, I was like, ooh, I want to design Mini Marks.
And you did.
And I did. So, and they're so different than anything else we have in foam that I think they're going to be very versatile.
I think they're going to be fun. Shall we go play with them?
Yeah, let's go show them how we play with them.
All right. So this is the new Mini Marks Medley, and we do love the alliteration, set that includes 21 different designs. The size is about an inch in the longest direction. I mean, it might vary slightly, but just so that you have an idea, that's kind of where we are. Did I say there are 21? If I didn't, I'm saying it now. You'll notice that some of these are open. Some of them are solid. So there's lots of variation here. As you would expect with Elizabeth, she's so thoughtful about how she designs her products that it allows us lots of freedom to do different things. So again, 21 stamps, about an inch big on the longest side. And then you're going to see her work with them in her fashion when she works with them on a collage piece or on a paper painting. I'm going to show you something a little bit different. So I'm just going to page back here. So here's an opportunity. This is the same stamp. It's here somewhere. And it's this one. Nope, it's that one. So it's this. Depends on how you turn it. It's either a diamond or it's a square. But what I like is that while this one is basically straight sides, here you have little curves. And I emphasize that. So once this is the Chianti VersaFine Clear ink. And once this was dry, I came back in with a Pitt pen. I came back in with Posca paint pens. And yes, there's Elizabeth bringing the Chianti in for me. So
I wish I was bringing in the Chianti.
Yeah, this is true. So a little bit of line work, a little bit of dotting, and you take what is just a really plain design like this, and you really gussy it up so it looks like something entirely different.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
I just had an idea.
Okay.
Based on what you did here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that I planned it this way. Okay? Look at this. On the solid ones, you could print on top.
Oh, you could.
So you could put down a solid shape, and then you could put another one over it. How fun would that be,
clever
right?
Girl. Yes.
So putting this on top of that, and even like with this one.
Yep, and you've got the open plus
you
or
have
whatever
the open
that is.
plus, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yes, right? And as if that wasn't exciting enough, I just eclipsed your part of this.
Yeah, feel free.
We can also flip these over and you get circles, and then you could put the circle on the circle because you can definitely stamp on the back side.
You can treat this as you can treat the back as a stamp. So
yeah. So
girlfriend, you have the best ideas.
Right? So
yeah,
then you can
really
put a
great.
circle, put this on top of it, so you can layer the stamps and the solids, whether it's the front or the back. give you that stamp on top,
Yes.
which I love.
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
carry on.
Thank you. I'm going to just continue on. So I like, and very popular now are gridded, whatever, gridded pages, gridded other elements. Can you hand me the blue pad there, please?
This one?
Yes, this is turquoise green in the Amsterdam acrylic line. I know that because I did it a little while ago. And this is the VersaFine Claire color named Twilight. So I've got kind of navy on this. Again, line work, and grid things are really popular right now, and I kind of went with that. So what we don't have, because we are in our kitchen studio in Sacramento, I would like to come in here with stickles, and I would follow these lines probably on the ones that are not solid, and I would be able to come in with, because of course it's got that little squeezy tip, I could come in and draw on that. That's me. I won't force you to use stickles, it's entirely up to you, but I do enjoy them. And the other thing that I could do would be to outline both of the edges here, and then come in so that I get that same look. Or you could doodle the bejesus out of them. It really is entirely up to you. And that is the nice idea, that you could come in and change these to be whatever you want them to be. So super easy. She's got another idea. She's just chomping at the bit over there.
For those who may not know what stickles is,
glitter glue in a little bottle that has a pointy fine tip on it. You squeeze it and you can squeeze out a blob, you can squeeze out a line, you can kind of draw with them. It's hard for me to believe that anybody doesn't know what stickles is, but you know what? We have new people who join our mixed media world all the time.
Yeah.
So welcome, by the way.
Welcome.
And yeah, stickles are a good thing. Okay. So
That's
now you
it?
can, yeah, now you can do your thing where you can show how you're going to demo incorporating these into one of your mixed media backgrounds.
Great, I can't wait.
Me too.
So the idea that I had for these mini marks and the Mini Marks Medley, so the many different symbols included in this set, was to use them in mixed media backgrounds. I envisioned them sort of as along the border or subtly stamped in the background, just sort of bringing symbols and icons and marks into the mixed media background. So I've got a way I want to show you. So the first one that I have here, this is 8 by 10, and the background is created from one of my mixed media background rice papers with joggles. So basically this whole mixed media background, aside from this right here, is a paper that I designed for joggles, and then it's been embellished. So these little crows came from another rice paper, and there are some actual stamps on here, but many of the stamps are part of the base paper. So basically what I'm telling you this for is that mixed media background was created from the rice paper, which is kind of cool. And then I stamped the mini marks on paper so I could sort of put them on there and move them around and kind of determine my composition with them, and also to see if the color of the stamp pad was going to be something that I liked with this color palette of this mixed media background. So ultimately I will stamp right onto the board, but I like the idea of sort of kind of curating the marks and deciding where I wanted them or which ones I wanted by doing them on a piece of paper like this. So this would be really nice part of this mixed media background composition. And then Barb and I were talking like maybe a bird kind of could go up the middle of this, or a flower or something long and thin so it doesn't block a lot of the mixed media background. So that's what I was doing, sliding those pieces around. So here I created another one. So this is another piece of the mixed media background rice paper, and I've got it on an Art Alternatives wood panel, which is the same as this. So I have the background on there, and I stamped some of the mini marks with this VersaFine Claire, and this is the Very Perry color. And I chose it because it picks up the purple that's already in this paper, right? So already in the background, and which that's the same reason why I chose the Chianti one for this, because it's picking up the dark reds that are happening around here. So I did look closely at what kind of colors are in my mixed media background, and I chose an ink pad that goes along with that. So, and then I kind of, again, I slid these things around to decide where where I would want them and would I actually want to overlap one of them and put this up here like that and add it to my background. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this is a archival permanent pigment ink ink pad. So it's permanent, it's archival, it's going to stay on there. You can put gel medium over it. Wet media is not going to smear it. That's important. And it's archival. So to me, that's also important, because if this is ultimately going to be a piece of art that hangs on someone's wall, I want it to hold up. So this is just, for me, I would never really work this small. I'm just using this to show you how I would incorporate the symbols with the mixed media background on a larger format for me. But maybe for you, you would like it this small. So let's see. So I've got the 3 here, the 2 here. Let's see, I didn't do the spiral. I should have done the spiral. So I like, again, I'm enjoying, you know, kind of using them on the paper to see which ones I want to do. I think I kind of like that, but I also like this. Oh,
so many decisions.
So many decisions. Well, here's what I'll say about these two. The weight of the line is similar. So I like the contrast of this heavy line with the thinner line. So if I put these two next to each other, I think that they're too similar in weight of line and circle. So you can see there's a difference here. And then this is a totally different symbol. So it's super easy. You're just going to take the little tiny stamp and dab it into the ink pad, and then I'm just going to scoot that out of the way and put it right onto the background.
So the one thing I will interject is working with a dry ink pad is enough to make you punch kittens. So treat yourself to a re-inker if you've had your pad for a while and you notice that it's getting a little bit faint, because it's not fun to continually try to use a stamp pad that needs desperately to be re-inked.
Yeah, these are juicy because they're new. But yeah, no, you don't want to get your stamp inked up and have it only be partial coverage and then plop it into your background. So yeah, nobody likes that. So here we go with this one. So, oh, I bet you that's flipped over because it goes this way. So let's see. Also, I like the idea of some of them going off the edge, right? So here I'm going to do this one like this here, and I'm going to go right off the edge. And, you know, they are a stamp. So if the impression isn't perfect, it's kind of cool because it gives you the idea that it is a stamp and that it's not part of the background, or that it has that sort of that eviscerated feeling of a stamp. So if it's not perfect, it's better. Okay, so here's the heavy circle that was going to go right here, and I wanted those two to overlap and for this one to go off the edge. So, and then I'm wiping them with a damp microfiber cloth, just rubbing the surface off with those, because if you don't clean it and this purple is on the stamp and then you switch to yellow, you're going to get mud, right? So here we have a nice example of how I would use those little tiny marks to be part of an ephemera mixed media background. I like the technique of kind of arranging the composition with the paper. You could take it a step further and you could put this on your favorite transparent paper and you could glue it down. But today, for this purpose, I really like the idea of stamping it right onto the background. So, and I could follow up and do this one with the red as well. So I think that's super fun way to use them. And this is exactly how I would use them in my art. So we hope that you are as inspired by the Mini Marks Medley as foam stamps. Now I have like PTSD about that. I'm here to help, right? Yeah, I hope you find them fun, as much fun as we did, and maybe you'll come up with even some more ways to use them. I think the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, I mean, these are small, they're really simple, and they're open to all kinds of ideas and ways to use them.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
All right, well, see you next week.
Bye.